What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab, and I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it, so come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, two channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
Yeah. I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the Relationship Rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the Relationship Rehab.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things. You know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just want to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you.
What is going on, my good people? It's so good to be here. I need to fix that. It's so good to be here one more again, and let me get my good old, there we go. Here I is. What's happening, y'all? Look here. I know it's late. It's getting late. Why you gotta be here beside me, watching, streaming, talking to me? But I'm afraid Don't be. Man, it's late. Look, I was on the fence about doing this show. I'm telling you, I was on the fence about doing this show. I really was. And then I just said, 2 tears in the bucket. Let's take it to the stage. So here I is. So I was really like, man, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if my allergies is acting up or if I got a little sinus thing happening with my nose stopped up. But I love y'all. I was just like, man, I gotta do it. I'm trying to be consistent and I'm trying to do a show every other day. So it's like I was thinking about it and I was like, no, nigga, you're trying to change. You're trying to get better. That's the commitment. That's what you got to do. So here I am. So I'm saying I was really going to just be like, man, I don't feel it. I'm a little tired. I was nodding in and out today. But then I said, I didn't hear no bell. Get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you. And here I am. So with that being said, we are going to get into the show. We're going to do this thing like I said in the intro. One of the things and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this particular thing, because I guess with the new administration that we have, I have tried in my own personal due diligence and my own righteousness. I'm trying to be righteous. I'm trying to be down the middle. I'm trying to just call it how I see it. And in me doing that, I know that I could watch this stuff every day and do a show on it every day and just talk about the BS that's going on with the current administration. I really could. I could find a video and critique it and talk about what this person said, whether it's Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. I could do it. It's that much of a cesspool of just drama and nonsense that's going on that I could do it. But I'm going to take a different approach. And I guess my thing is that I want to look at the big things. I'm not going to be one of those people that look at every little thing that goes on and say, see what they did, like a lot of people who didn't like the Trump administration did. A lot of them did that. They looked at every little thing, whether if it was some toilet tissue on his shoe getting off of Air Force One, or if it was the first or the second impeachment. They were just trying to just go over everything with a fine-tooth comb. I don't think that's necessary. I think that because of the larger items that they have going are egregious enough to say, see, I told you. That's just me personally. It's like I don't feel as though it's a thing where I got to go and point out every little thing. I believe that the people that voted for this administration that's in currently, I believe that they are a good majority of them are either having buyer's remorse and saying, what have I done? Or they're doubling down on stupid and saying, oh, well, it's just how it is. Or they're saying nothing at all. It's one of those three. They're either just not saying nothing at all, or they're like, oh, I don't know if this was the best move to make. Or they're basically saying, well, it's like every administration. You always got your ups and downs. It's always this kind of stuff that go on. And they just blowing this out of proportion because it's them. They hating on her chucks and her pearls. Whatever the case may be, that's usually what it's like now. So with all of that being said, the whole question came up of Kamala Harris going to Guatemala and not the border. Well, I guess I'm going to even say this in all fairness. The president and the vice president have just said to hell with the border. Essentially, they feel as though not that if it's important or not, they just like, I ain't going because I ain't got to go. I don't care what the people are saying. I don't care what y'all may think I should do. I ain't got to go because I'm the president, or I ain't got to go because I'm the vice president. I go where I want. I do what I want. Say what I want. And you can't make me do nothing I don't want to do. That's essentially what the approach is now. So it's like when you see that,
over and over again with this administration. All of the stuff that they talked about, we're going to bring everybody together and we're going to heal this country because it's so terrible here now with Trump in office. And now because he's here, we need to be healed because we're torn and broken. Where's the healing? Where's the togetherness? Where is all of this stuff that's supposed to be getting fixed? I don't see it. What I do see, though, I see the agenda that the people that are pretty much the powers that be that are in control of Joe Biden, that are running Joe Biden, pretty much the Geppettos of the country, have taken Pinocchio and they've moved along to where they wanted to go with this thing. They've done that. I will definitely say that. I'm going to give them their props on that. They've definitely done that part. But I guess the thing as far as what the people were supposed to be getting, what the people wanted, what the people thought was going to happen, it's like, nah, that's not really happening so much. And it's even to the point to where some of the Democrats are speaking out against it. They're speaking out against their own administration that they helped get into office. And we just like not even 1 year in. We barely at the halfway point, if that. So with that being said, being 6 months in, and having these type of issues and this type of just, I guess, lack of movement on the behalf of the people, I don't see where everybody is like really speaking out against it. But I don't see where where's the celebration? Where's the, ooh, I'm so happy now that they here. Oh, I'm so glad. See, he is doing what he said. Where is all of that at? And the fact that you don't see it, how come those people that supported it are not saying anything? It's quite odd. But with that being said, I want to talk about this here border. But before I do, I want to go to my favorite part of the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
So, one of the things that I'm going to do different here today with this particular breakdown is I'm going to give my solution to all of this stuff we got going on, all of this shit first. Because I've said this before, and I don't know if people will remember this, but I've said this before. I'm going to acknowledge that there is an issue in Mexico. As far as safety, there's a safety issue there for the people. There is a economic issue there as far as the economy and being able to take care of yourselves and your families. There's a social issue there of people being able to speak their minds, being able to say what it is that they want, and all of those kind of things. Not to mention the fuck ton of drugs is being grown and sold and shipped over from Mexico to here. Whatever the case may be. But my solution for the immigrants that want to come over here, to everybody that want to come over to America, because America is such a great place, it's such a safe place, it's so much opportunity here. You goddamn right, it's the greatest country on the face of the earth. Sure in the hell is. I agree with you. And I understand why people would be risking life and limb. And over these videos that I'm going to show you and break down, I want you to just apply my solution to these issues that we're talking about and tell me if I ain't on to something or not. So here's my solution to the problem with the border and with just the people that are trying to come over here from Mexico. The solution is this. And this is going to sound crazy, but just hear me out and just listen. We need, as America, the United States of America, hear this. And if somebody want to cut this out and send this, we need, all the people that's coming over from Salvador, Guatemala, everywhere. I don't give a damn where they all coming from. What we need to do with Mexico is we need to take over Mexico and make it another state. I don't know if you, whatever the hell we want to call it, we need to take it over. If we want to chop it up into smaller states, we need to go and take over Mexico. It's been a long time since there's been a good old-fashioned war and just taking over of a country, but that's what needs to happen. We need to take our Navy, our Army, our Air Force, and our Marines, suit and boot those guys up, and we need to go over there and take over the entire government. Cancel all of it. Shoe program. Pelican Bay. That's what we need to do. Here's why. There are so many people that want to come over here because of the deplorable conditions over there, and it's because they have lack of real democratic or democratic government, and it's such a lack of infrastructure. They don't have the shit that we have here. Yes, angry man, we need to invade Mexico. We need to annex that whole motherfucker. Yes. Yup. That way, all of the rights and privileges that are going on in America would be theirs, just like in church. You know, in church, when you go and join church and you get the right hand of fellowship and you shake the pastor's hand and the pastor say, welcome to this church here. Now all the rights and privileges of this church and the kingdom of God are now yours. Yup. That's what needs to happen. Here's why it needs to happen, because the way that Mexico is set up, it's never going to change. And there are people constantly fucking in Mexico. So it's going to be kids getting slung over the goddamn wall. It's going to be coyotes taking advantage and charging motherfuckers 14, 15 racks to get their asses over here. Because whether if it's a wall or whether it's an underground tunnel, whatever the case may be, it's not going to change because the land is connected anyway. So we might as well go ahead and take it. If it ain't a river or a moat that's separating this shit, we need to take it. Now, people gonna say, you can't just do that. The fuck we can't. You tell me, how could Mexico stop us? We go over there and you ain't got to go and sneak attack them. You go, hey, Mexico, who is it? United States, US of A. You go and knock on the door and you got to have 2 meetings. You tell the Mexican government, hey, man, y'all going to do this shit. Look, you go over there, you sit down and you tell them, look here, Mexico, we like you and we want you. You can either do this the hard way, the easy way, or the hard way. This is going to happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. We gonna take it over. We gonna come and get it. You can either give us the keys or we gonna kick you in the door and take it over. Yes, we can. Catherine Smith says, can we afford to fix Mexico's fuck shit? Yes, by implementing our shit. Do you know the amount of land? The land alone is worth it. Just hear that. I know this sounds crazy, but just let it play over in your mind again. Congress could let it happen if we with this shit. Yes. The land alone, I'm getting to that, CJ. The land alone would be worth it. You know what they say about real estate? One thing about real estate is the land is the one thing they ain't making no more of. So there is tremendous value in it. Tremendous value in it. So with the land being just one of the main opportunities, one of the main key main key pros to actually doing it, we could. Now, when you're talking about the government aspect of it, we would implement our system. All of that socialist shit that they want to do over there, all of the shit where it's because the only people living good in Mexico are the people at the top of the food chain. That's it. That's it. We could go over there and wreck shop, put some skyscrapers up there, some cities and all of that kind of shit. There we go. I just gave you the number one reason. The number 2 reason are the resources that you have over there. You have some prime time farmland. Look at the cocaine and the weed that's being grown over there. Prime time farmland. And then you have the resources, the people, the lumber, all of the stuff that's over there. It's just that it's not being used the way that we do things. So, hey, why not go over there and just say, hey, we over here. We are here. Y'all is us. We are now y'all. That's what we would do. Now, we got to have a second meeting. And the second meeting is probably the most important of the meeting. This is the meeting we got to have with the cartels. We have to go and we got to get the and look, when you're the United States government, you can sit down with anybody. We've proven that over the years. We done did deals with some of the most scrupulous, just terrible motherfuckers on the planet. But you go and you get the cartels. Who is it, senor? It's the United States government. We need to sit down with all the cartels. All right, gentlemen, here it is. We coming and we taking this over. All of y'all ain't gonna survive. I'll tell you that right now. Now, we willing to let 1 or 2 of y'all do y'all thing. Somebody take care of the weed, somebody take care of the cocaine, and that's pretty much it. But all this, we fighting and we warring at each other, all that shit is done. The 2 motherfuckers that's gonna be left, y'all work for the government. Now, we know we in the drug business, so we still need this cocaine, we still need this weed, we still need y'all to do this. We still need y'all to grow this shit. The methamphetamine, all this shit y'all making, y'all still got to make it now. However, y'all got to do this shit on the low, and we going to let y'all do it. We going to give y'all this much land. You get this chunk. You get this chunk. Go do what you going to do. If you motherfuckers so much as have a shouting match, we going to come shut all you motherfuckers down. That's what we going to do. We gonna Tony Montana you motherfuckers, and you gonna see 1,000 motherfucking 10,000 motherfucking camouflage soldiers jumping through. You're coming through the forest, coming through and just taking all y'all motherfuckers out. That's what we gonna do. So we'll set y'all up. Y'all be like the tobacco companies. You grow your shit here, get it over here. You ain't gotta worry about no border no more, cause you here. We just gonna keep this shit quiet like. Put your ass up in the hills. There you go. We make it look like they're army bases or military installations, so the general public just can't come and walk up on there and be tattletaling on you motherfuckers. But here you go. Either that, or we just get rid of you motherfuckers all together and run the shit ourselves. But we want to at least give y'all a chance, all right? Y'all can run around here with your gold AKs if you want to, but what you're not gonna do is keep doing the shit that you've been doing. That's what you're not gonna do. Now, you motherfuckers want to play nice? Or do y'all want to play war? Which one y'all want to do? We going to get our cut. We going to take that money. We going to put it back into the infrastructure. We going to build Mexico up just like we built Miami up with that drug money. Same thing. We've done it before. We can do it again. The same dope right now is the same dope back then. So this shit I'm telling y'all, it sounds crazy, I know, but it ain't like it ain't happened. Y'all do know Miami, that whole little tip of Florida, the Keys and all that shit, all of that was built with dope money. All that shit back in the late 70s and the 80s, all of that development, all of that shit, Miami Boulevard and all that shit, all of that was built with drug money. Yes, Nimbus Hero said, get down or lay down. That's pretty much what you're going to do. And it ain't the first time we've done it. Hint, hint. Y'all remember Operation Iraqi Liberation? Do y'all remember that? Also known as Operation oil. Y'all remember when we went over to the Middle East to go get that oil? That's what happened. Yes, Vegas is another one, built with dope money. Built with drug money. It is what it is. It is what it is. And the thing is that you take that whole area, you turn the beaches and all that, the Comma de Playa and all that, you leave all of those resorts and stuff there. That's fine. Pop in some golf courses, and then as you move further in from the coast, you start putting up housing, you start putting up buildings, building suburbs and all of that shit. You do it. That's what you do. I'm telling you. Just let it marinate for a while. Let it sit on you for a day or so, and then just come back and put something in put your thoughts in the comment section. Just let what I said just marinate right there. All of the infrastructure that we have, getting the Army Corps of Engineers down there to look at how they got their sewage and infrastructure set up, bridges and all that kind of shit built, setting up we could do it all. Turn them Mexican, what do they call them, the cell towers in Mexico? What does it say when your phone switch over? It say something like MEX or something like that, or MEX or some shit. Get some AT&T down there, get some Verizon down there, some Sprint, and say, hey, get us some Charter and some Comcast, some AT&T down there for TV. It can be done. It could be done. You would then have to add, and my thing is you could probably cut Mexico up into at least 4 states. Easy 4 states. 4 good-sized states. And then what you would do, you gonna add 4 governors, so the people that are the higher-ups in those areas, because you ain't got to just take all the Mexicans out of there. You ain't gonna do that. But those people, those Mexicans that are there now, that are already in the politics, the president of Mexico and all that, say, hey, man, we're going to give you the best state out of all of them, and we're going to make you a governor. You will now be governor. You come on in. You let us know. We're going to get you some senators and all. You get you some senators and some governors in each of those states. Hey, the ones that we can't fit in, once all the main spots is gone, hey, sorry, we figure it out. You can. Become an alderman or something, become a mayor. You have plenty of jobs for those people. So it ain't like they just gonna lose out. Now you don't have to worry about all of this extra bullshit. Those people will then pay taxes into our federal government, which would then shore up some of the costs that it's gonna take to go to war with these motherfuckers and to get all this shit together and to take it over. You have your National Guard over there. You have all of those people over there. They're going to probably have to be over there for about 20 years. It's going to be a good 20-year investment with the military until all of this shit is straight. If we do that, then now we have access to a whole new frontier. We got access to a whole bunch of new land, a whole new opportunities for growth. You got grocery stores that's going to go there, get those Mexican people jobs. You got all of the retailers that's going to go there, give those people jobs. The only issue, even over time, the whole English-Spanish barrier, that's going to work itself out. But now you don't have nobody sneaking out in the still of the night with a 4-month-old kid, dropping them over a wall and the kid dying. You don't have to worry about the coyotes charging motherfuckers $14,000, $15,000 to take their ass over to something that's already theirs. We ain't got to go nowhere. We right here. You get some National Guard over there. You get your police department over there. Hey, man. And then you look up in 25, 30 years, you got now, hey, look at all these resources. Look at all this growth, all of this building that's went on over here, all of these jobs that we've had over here. And we already know Mexicans do great work. You mean to tell me they ain't going to help build that? Hell yeah. When you have these developers go over there to build shit, who you going to think they going to hire? We going to hire these motherfuckers. Fuck the pesos. Pesos is go bye-bye. That's gone. Shit's out. Y'all got this dollar over here now. We gonna phase that shit out. There it is. Mexico is ours. It's part of the United States now. We got 4 or 5 new states, 4 or 5 new governors. We got voters, all that shit. Now you got a whole new area for all these politicians to go and hustle in, and there you go. Now all these other people can shut the hell up about worrying about Mexico. We ain't got to worry about it now because we can take a ride down there and go see it. That's all you got to do. Motherfuckers be talking about, fuck, ain't no more border. I live on the border. Fuck y'all gonna do? Sneak over into the United States? Y'all already in it. Ain't shit different. Don't got to worry about no more green cards. Don't got to worry about no more of that bullshit. You come over here, you get your social security card. Yup, all that shit. Birth certificate and all that shit. You register just like everybody. You become a slave like everybody else to the government. They don't all vote socialists over there. There are a lot of people that are in Mexico that are not just they're not just into the whole democracy thing. They are bona fide Trump supporters. They are bona fide Republicans. They are conservative. Absolutely. Most of those people that are over there are Catholic. They not with all this we get it for free type of shit and don't worry about how it's gonna be paid for. They not with that shit. A lot of them want to be able to participate in the free market. They like capitalism and the idea of capitalism because that socialist shit over there ain't working and they know it. Believe that. Don't just listen to what people saying on the media and all that shit. Look at all these, look at the southern border states and look at the people that you see that were supporting the Republicans, that were supporting Trump, that were just straight up Mexican. Like, we just got over here and we like, yes, I can't vote, but if I could, I'd vote Trump. Plenty of people like that. So it's not too far-fetched. I'm just saying. Just let it marinate for a minute, think about it. And then, like I said, what if? Just what if it? Just what if we took it over and it was ours? Just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and let's watch this. And hey, we're going to break it down.
Tonight, Vice President Harris in Mexico, meeting with the Mexican president.
You can't say you care about the border without caring about the root causes.
Part of her first foreign trip, targeting the root causes of the record migrant surge. I spoke to her last night in Guatemala.
You had a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come. Do not come.
The notion that the border is closed. Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in?
Well, Lester, here's the thing. I've been working on this issue for a very long time. And the kind of violence and danger that is associated with that trek, especially when we're talking about from Guatemala.
So when she says she's been working on this issue for a long time, she was deemed to be the border. Did they call her the border czar? The Mexican border czar or something like that? Or the southern border czar. I think that's what they call it. She's only like 80 days in to doing this. So I don't know what a very long time is, but I know it ain't 80 days. I'm just saying, I do know that. So yeah. And I'm telling you, one of the biggest things that I saw from just all of the things that all of the times that she talks, she is one of the most disingenuous people I've ever seen as a politician. She doesn't even have the fake concern politician aspect. She don't even have that. She is like just talking to be talking and like never really directly answers a question. But let's go ahead.
Through Mexico to the United States. It is extremely dangerous. And the reason that I am in Guatemala is to address the reasons people leave home, flee. Knowing that the people who are here for generations, or if we know the history of Guatemala for centuries, they want to stay. They don't want to leave.
So here's my thing, and this was my question when I heard that. Why the fuck is it our responsibility to find out why people want to leave Guatemala? We can't make them change what the fuck they do. We don't tell Guatemala what to do. So if we find out they want to leave Guatemala because they don't like the president, What we gonna do? Hey man, you can't be president no more. Why? Because we found out that your people don't like you. Like, why is that even a point? The whole purpose was for her to secure our border. Going to Guatemala is nowhere near being a priority in that process. I don't want to know why the fuck y'all leaving. I want to stop you motherfuckers from coming. That's it. And I know that's hard for her to stop people from coming because she just does it naturally so well. But be that as it may, why is that a priority? It's like if you had, it's like if I'm the person that's to be in charge of a particular issue, why do I want to go find out why it's happening when the current issue is a crisis right now? Hey, I need you to go and be a fireman. Okay, well, first, let me find out why things are catching on fire. You're going to be like, hey, man, that's burning. I need you to go put it out. Yes, I know that, but I first need to figure out how this fire got started in the first place. That's essentially what she's saying. The fact that the border is a fucking crisis and is burning right now, why would you then go around or over the fire and back off up into another area to find out what's the reason why the fire started in the first place while it's currently burning? Now, once you secured the border, once you stopped all of the fucking hundreds of thousands of fucking people that are walking over to the border, literally every day, you had, what did they, something like almost 180,000 people last month alone got caught. Not the motherfuckers that made it. So if it's 180,000 that got caught, then it had to be at least 250,000 total. But why would you then not try to stop and see what's going on at the source of the problem as opposed to going back to the roots? I want to see what's happening over here first. If a tree falls on your house, are you going to go first diagnose and find out why the tree fell first? Or are you going to start pulling the damn limbs and the bits out of your roof and out of your windows? It's like, come on.
But they need opportunity. They need assistance. They need support.
But Americans don't
and we
see
have the ability to give them that.
Yeah, Americans don't see a lot of that on a daily basis. What they do see at their own border, children being lowered over fences, children coming in with phone numbers stenciled on their hand.
Yeah.
And so the question has come up, and you heard it here, and you'll hear it again, I'm sure, is why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing in this crisis?
Well, we are going to the border. We have.
He asking you, and she steady talking we. Man, that's crazy. And you see how she like just won't answer that? And the only thing that I could think of as to say, well, why is she avoiding this question? Because I believe that when this shit is all said and done, she's gonna blame this shit on not being in a report that she was reading. She's gonna blame it on just plausible deniability. If I didn't see it myself, then I don't know if that's true or not. That's the only thing that I could kind of see it being as to why she would do that. But she is like totally turning that whole shit into we. Like, it's you, bitch. You the man. Or you the motherfucker in charge. Why aren't you the one going down there?
We have to deal with what's happening at the border. There's no question about that. That's not a debatable point. But we have to understand that there's a reason people are arriving at our border and ask what is that reason and then identify the problem so we can fix it.
What do you tell?
If you have a rat infestation, do you go back into the sewers to look and see why the rats are coming to your area? Or do you put a fucking trap down and say, hey, and I ain't calling Mexican people rats. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when you have a clear and present danger at your front door, why would you step around that and go and address what's happening before that? That's like, let's say, for instance, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I hear a noise. I look on my security camera and I see someone actively picking the lock, trying to break into my front door. I see somebody also at my window trying to circumvent the lock. I then see someone else at my back door doing the same thing. Well, no, not my back door, at another window. So I got two people at opposite sides of my house at windows trying to bypass the lock and get in. I got somebody at my front door picking the lock in the moment right now. Why would I, or what sense would it make for me to go out of my back door to try to find out where these people used to live and where they came from, to figure out why they're doing what they're doing to my front door right now? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Now, not to say that at some point may be important as to find out why they're trying to break into my house. But if they are breaking into my house right now, I need to do what first? I need to address that threat, which means I'm going to show up like, hey, man, what the hell you doing out here, boy? The fuck is wrong with you? You done lost your goddamn mind. Hey, put your hands up. That's what I'm going to do. That's just what I'm going to do. So it's not rocket science. This is like, yeah, that makes sense. Makes all the sense in the world. But she's trying to now not just tell the American people, but she's trying to tell this man face to face that that's not the way it should go. It's an insult to the people. It's an insult to him. We are adults. 325 plus million people, and this is your response. It's insulting the way that, and I'm going to tell you, it's only the political elite that think like this. Oh, I could just tell you anything, and because of my position, you gonna fucking believe it. Right, left, third, diplomatic immunity.
A Guatemalan family who heard you say don't come, but you know they're facing the end. There's poverty, there's disease, all these things happening at once. You tell them don't come?
We don't want, listen, I don't think that Americans want people to be exposed to harm if they can avoid it. They're taking the trek from the place that they know that they want to stay. So I'm here in Guatemala to say, what can we do to support people and to give them a sense of hope that help is on the way?
What we could do is start passing out some propaganda pamphlets, start passing out some propaganda sheets of paper, and start telling them we about to take over Mexico. That's what we could do. We gonna take over Mexico. America is coming to Mexico. That's what we could do. Yep. Look at that. Look at how that shit is there. Y'all know we can do way better than that.
Looking to inject billions of dollars in aid to this region to help reduce that migrant surge. In April, nearly 180,000 migrants were apprehended by U.S. Border Patrol.
100, look at that. Oh, I was close. 180,000. 178,622 migrants trying to cross the border were apprehended.
The highest number in 20 years.
20 years.
And more unaccompanied migrant children come from Guatemala than anywhere else.
Over 16,000 unaccompanied children tonight in custody. What's victory look like in this, or what does improvement look like?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I would suggest to you that we have seen.
Let me help you out there, Calvin. Calvin said Brian Biden promised them citizenship just to get the Latino vote. Now it's backfiring on them big time. No, it's not backfiring. This was a part of the plan. This is why they're addressing the border the way that they're addressing it. It is because they want. Do you realize the first thing that he did, one of the first things that he did was stop the construction on an almost finished wall? The wall was, y'all do know that, right? The wall was almost finished. He gave he put an executive order in to stop the building or the completion of the wall. And he did that because he wanted to make it easier for the immigrants to get over here. The reason why they want this to happen is because they want, it's like you gonna take what you can get. This is going hand in hand with their voting thing. That's why they want to make it seem like where anybody can just vote. Just show the fuck up and you get to vote. They want to flood the country with it. And I'm going to tell you like this. The people who should be pissed off the most about this aren't. Who do you think should be the most upset about this shit going on with the voting, just anybody being able to vote, and with the borders being open for all these people? Who do you think should be the ones that should be most upset about this? What race of people? Thank you, Wilhelm. Black folks should be the most, we should be the ones pissed off the most. Because you know what's going to happen? And what y'all don't realize is happening for the motherfuckers that y'all voted for. Y'all voted for the people who are literally saying, fuck y'all niggas. We want to make it to where you niggas ain't even y'all are I always forget this. Evelyn. They trying to Evelyn Lozado niggas. They want to make us a non-motherfucking factor. Because if we're a non-factor, nobody ain't gonna give a shit about our vote. Nobody's going they're trying to make it to where they will never have to say again, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. They ain't got to make it to where they ain't never got to worry about it ever again, being in a situation where we want to hear from black folks. What is it that you niggers really, you black people really want? That's what they're trying to do. Because the more Hispanics that come over here, the larger that voting base is. That's why they want to get as many as they can over here and then just make them all citizens and let them all vote. So that it literally knocks us out of the picture to where they don't even give a fuck about who we vote for. We don't give a shit. We want to get as many Hispanics over here, many Mexicans over here, because that way we just have one base that we can cater to and say, hey, we the ones that got y'all over here. We the ones that have made it to where y'all could come over here. Y'all ain't got no loyalty for us. Vote Democratic. That's what they want to do. Because what's going to happen is that once they get enough of them over here, that little 13, 14% niggas that's over here, we won't matter when it comes to voting. All of that shit where you talk about, hey man, that one vote, every vote counts. Yeah, it do right now, but if I make it to where anybody that's over here can just vote, then you don't matter. I don't have to get your vote. Fuck, I'm worried about 13% of the population. 40 million niggas when I got 80 million Mexicans? Fuck y'all. I don't give no fuck. I don't give a fuck. Do you see that there's nobody? Think about it like this. What politicians are trying to secure the Muslim vote? What politicians are trying to secure the Indian vote? What politicians are trying to secure the Nigerian vote? What politicians, hell, I'll even widen the scope on that. What politicians are trying to secure the Native African vote? None. Because there's such a small percentage of people, they like, half of y'all gonna get in where the fuck y'all fit in, and the other half we really don't give a shit about. And that's what it's gonna be for black folks. It used to be where we had some political power to the degree to where you had to acknowledge us. But that's why they're doing this, so that they won't. Because they tired of niggas. And you niggas don't even realize that they tired of your ass and they really trying to phase your ass out. Just like the young person that you bring into the job, that they have your old ass training, and then all of a sudden once this young person that just got in your job, in your department, now knows your job, they have some type of reorg, some type of cutback, or some type of downsizing where they force you into retirement or just phase out your position altogether? You ever heard of that? That's what they're doing. It's a reorg. That's what's happening. We gonna get us a new minority. I'm tired of having to deal with these niggas. You can't never make them happy. They want everything. They want everything for free. And they complain the whole while you giving it to them. And they complain the whole while they asking for it. And then when you ask them what they want, they don't fucking know. I'm tired of it. So, let's get us a new minority. That's where this is going. But all of you niggas is so stupid that y'all sitting back saying, yeah, our Latino brothers and sisters, they need us too. Our Latinos brothers and sisters, our brown brothers and sisters, they need our help. Right. And the minute your black ass get in trouble, the minute your black ass is on the motherfucking auction block, the Mexicans do what they always done. We gonna go look out for ourselves. And I ain't mad at them for doing it. You should. You should go and look out for your own. I get it. It's natural. But we the only dumb motherfuckers that want to take care of everybody else. We let everybody else attach themselves to our plight, and then we talk about we the most oppressed motherfuckers ever. We ain't nobody never been as tough on black folk like hey, black folks got it the worst than anybody else. We got brought over here for free. We was made to work for free. Okay, so then why are you worried about what's going on with the LGBTQCPTYESG? Why are you worried about the alphabet people? Why are you worried about the people that don't look like you but trying to attach themselves to you? Let them fight their own battles. I could care less where somebody who is a homosexual, transsexual, whatever, I could care less what they do in their bedroom. I could care less what they do with their body parts. That is none of my concern. So how are you attaching that to what's going on with me and my civil rights? What's going on with me and my reparations? It has nothing to do with that. But what do? Every time something comes up for black folks, we add in the LGBTQ and everybody else and the Hispanics. Every time. Hispanics got Cinco de Mayo, right? Where is El Negro having a party? Where the niggas having a party there? Where's the nigga fiesta at? There ain't one. Do you see Mexicans trying to say black folks need a day that they get to celebrate their independence and all that stuff too? No. Do you see Hispanic folks flying, driving around with the red, black, and green flags and celebrating motherfucking Kwanzaa with us when it comes around in February and in December? No. But they throw their flags up when it's their time every May. They sure do. They have their own thing and they know how to celebrate and how to teach their own thing. We the ones that got it fucked up. We're the ones that's the stupid motherfuckers trying to include everybody and give everybody a seat at our table, and we ain't even got no fucking table. Hey, y'all, they gonna bring a table here, so if everybody come on and just gather around and sit like we at a table, that way when the table comes, then we there. Makes no sense.
Already, when we have 12 of the biggest corporations of America who have, I convene them in my office and they have agreed to help us work on this issue. Success so far is the bringing together of community-based organizations, not only in the United States, but here in Guatemala. Today, that was one of my meetings with civil society leaders, to let them know we see them and we understand their concerns about corruption, and we also understand their role of leadership to help us in terms of how we prioritize our work in this region.
More concerned about organizing those people over there than your people here. Ain't that something? Ain't that a ditty? Why ditty? It is what it is. I'm telling you, it's right there in your face. You see it clearly. It is not a priority to take care of us. This the same Chuck Taylors and Pearls, lady. This the same I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm bliggity black and I'm black, y'all. What's on her list? Everybody but us. But she ain't the first, and she won't be the last. Cause all we gotta do is have a motherfucker pull out a bottle of hot sauce, and they can get our vote. Juneteenth is the day that black folks was freed. Where is what we talk about when Juneteenth comes is what? This is the day niggas was really free. Where is our celebration? Where's our party? Where are we dancing? Are we dancing in the streets? I don't know. I've never celebrated Juneteenth. I just found out what the fuck it was about 4-5 years ago. I was ignorant to it. Right, what we get together do the stanky leg, that's what we do. All I'm saying is that everybody will celebrate and do their own thing. But when it comes to us, we don't want to focus on us. We want to get everybody else a seat at our table before we eat at our table. And I think that's a problem. Why can't we do what everybody else has done, which is take care of their own first? When we can help, we will. But we need to get ourselves together first.
So how quickly does this change what we see at the border?
I don't know that we're going to see listen, I've been very clear from the beginning. There's not going to be a quick fix. We've seen progress. But the real work is going to take time to manifest itself. Will it be worth it? Yes. Will it take some time? Yes.
There's one other topic I wanted to talk to you about, but let me just quickly put a button.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some
Is that not just a yes or no question? Why do we let politicians do this? I don't understand why we let politicians do that thing right there. And I'm not saying Lester Hope, I'm saying the people. Just making it a thing to say, hey, look, if we ask your ass a yes or no question and you don't answer that motherfucker yes or no, we ain't voting for shit that you going for. Because you obviously are a motherfucking liar. Clearly. And it's like with women, y'all be the main ones talking about just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Just tell the truth. That's it. And she just won't. She goes, look at how she just plays the fucking game. And I don't know why people have not gotten tired of this type of shit, especially in the days of in just the age that we're in as far as the internet and being able to see shit and talk about motherfuckers. How is it that we're not fed up with this to where this is still a thing?
Point, you know, in Guatemala today, at some point.
We put a button.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, you know, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole
they come with the same bullshit politician, fingers together with the knuckles showing. Like I'm really making a point. She's literally insulting the person who's interviewing us and the American people by just not saying, I'm not going at this time. Or, I absolutely have plans to go to the border within the next 2 months, next 30 days, next 60 days, next 6 months. What is the matter with people just being able to do that as an adult? But they want to smile and motherfucker play this fucking dodgeball game and they think the shit is cute. And meanwhile, and in between while, if somebody else did it that we don't like, or we imagine how motherfuckers was mad at the fact that Donald Trump didn't repeatedly disavow all of the fuck shit that was going on with the not the Proud Boys, but them Nazi motherfuckers. The shit where he said it was good people on both sides. Niggas really held on to that part. Even though he said, I denounce all that bullshit. I ain't with no motherfucking KKK. He should have kept saying it. He should have kept on denying it. Clear. Hey, you gonna go? We have been. No, bitch. Have you gone? Are you going? Who ain't gonna go? I mean, hey, we will. You or Biden ain't been. Fuck you mean? Charlottesville, yes. Thank you.
About the border. We've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
Thank you.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
You're right. You haven't been to Europe. However, it ain't 200,000, 300,000 motherfuckers trying to migrate from Europe to here either. Smarty arty. Now she's literally offended at the fact that he fucking pressed her on this fucking question. She's literally getting snippy with him because she won't answer a direct question because she feels as though, and it's the same shit Joe Biden would do. Because they feel as though, how dare you don't have the right to question me, motherfucker. In black people's terms, that's exactly what she's saying. Motherfucker, I go when I tell you I'm going to go when I decide I'm going to go, motherfucker. Fuck you mean? Why you keep asking me this shit? And all of these people that are watching this, ain't nobody saying, well, damn, that's fucked up. Just like when the shit with Joe Biden, I want to take a motherfucker out in the back and punch their ass. I wish, 85-year-old nigga talking about I wish I could take him in the back of the gym and beat his ass. Boy, get the fuck out of here. Like you could really motherfucking swing or throw some blows in the name of Gamma. Boy, please. That shit is ridiculous. That motherfuckers think that, oh, you can't ask. Why you keep asking me this? You don't have the right to ask me this. That's how the political elite are. They have this thing here. Their mentality is this. I tell you what I want to tell you. I decide what you should have. And don't question me about one or the second, the first or the second one. I'm smarter than you. I decide what the fuck you get and what you shouldn't get. And motherfucker, don't question me about what the fuck I decide. You gonna do this shit because I said so. Because I'm smarter than you, I know more than you, and I should be in control. That's why I'm a politician. You voted for me because you believe that I'm smarter and better than you. You don't need to have guns. Yeah, but you live in a safe community. I know I do. I'm smart enough to do that. And because you don't, we think that if we leave you motherfuckers with forks and knives, you'll kill yourselves. So everybody gets spoons. That's the mentality. That's the attitude. That's why they be the first motherfuckers to ban, penalize, and tax the law-abiding citizens. Because they are the easiest to control.
I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
Well, I mentioned it because even I know Republicans have certainly come at you on this, but Democratic Congressman Cuellar has a border district has said to you and the president, come. You need to see this.
Listen, I care about what's happening at the border. I'm in Guatemala because my focus is dealing with the root causes of migration. There may be.
So she's tasked with securing the border. But she says her focus is, I'm going to focus on what the fuck I want to focus on, which is why people are coming over here. And I hate to be the chauvinist, but ain't that just like a woman? The very thing that you ask her to do is the very thing that she won't do because she feels as though she shouldn't have to do it. I don't want to have to do that. I'm going to go do this. Just saying. I'm just telling you. That's classic shit. I'm not doing what I want to do because I really want to be running this shit. So my passive aggressive way of me disobeying what the fuck you asking me to do is I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna go do something else. Hey, I need you to go over here and clean up this house for me. Okay, well, I'm gonna focus on why the house got dirty in the first place. I need you to clean this house. I know that, but what my focus is why the house got dirty in the first place. That's what I'm going to focus on. That makes sense. That's your response to what I'm asking you to do, is that you're going to go and say, I'm going to focus on this because I want to know why.
Be some who think that that is not important, but it is my firm belief that if we care about what's happening at the border, we better care about the root causes and address them. And so that's what I'm doing.
So why wouldn't you go there first? And if I was Lester Holt, that's what I would have said. I would have said, okay, so all right, well, that makes sense. So then I must ask you now, based on that logic, why wouldn't you go to the border first? Because that's the clear and present danger. That's the immediate issue. And then you could go and address what's going on at the border. And then you can move into what's going on in Guatemala, which is what's actually coming to the border. If I have a leak in the pipe, do I shut the water? If I have a leaky pipe, do I shut the water off first? Or do I go to where the leak is to find out why it's leaking and look at the leak? I mean, this is not fucking rocket science. If I have a leaky faucet, do I sit and look and say, I wonder if it's the seals inside of the leak? Yeah, this water is pouring out of here. I don't know why. Or do I just turn off the water first and then take the sink apart? I'm just saying. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate it. I would have came right back with that shit, but what do I know? I'm just a coon ass nigga that want to take over Mexico. That's just me. That's all I know. It's like, hey man, I'm just a coon ass nigga that want to take over Mexico. That's all I am.
It's not the only tough issue President Biden has handed his vice president. Also recently asking her to oversee the effort to pass the Democrats' new voting bill. But a blow this weekend when a key Democratic senator, Joe Manchin, said he would not support what he called partisan voting legislation.
So where does that leave the effort?
Well, we're very clear. We believe that the PEOPLE Act needs to be passed, as does the John Lewis Voting Rights Act.
How do you pass this legislation without that critical support? The numbers don't add up.
Well, listen, we are focusing on the issue in a number of ways. There's certainly the piece that's about legislation. There's the piece that is about uplifting the issues and the folks who are at risk. Because, by the way...
What does that mean, uplifting the issues? Is that what she said? Hold on.
That is about uplifting the issues and
the numbers don't add up.
Well, listen, we are focusing on the issue in a number of ways. There's certainly the piece that's about legislation. Okay. There's the piece that is about uplifting the issues and the folks who are at risk. Because, by the way,
can somebody explain that to me? I'm not the smartest man. Like I said, I'm just a coon ass nigga that want to take over Mexico. What the fuck does uplifting the issue mean? Somebody please help me explain that to me. Just like somebody please explain. Is that what does uplifting? I've never heard that. I've never heard that before. Uplifting the issues? To uplift somebody. Hold on, let me make sure I got my words together, because I could have sworn uplift. Definition. Wait, better yet, let's do this. Let's use this good old technology. Hey, Google, define the word uplift. Oh, wait, I don't have this shit turned on. Okay.
To rise above adjacent areas. 2. To improve the spiritual, social, or intellectual condition of.
Okay. So are they saying, hey, Google? Oh, wait, let me hit it again. Hey, Google, define uplift.
According to Merriam-Webster, definition of uplift, transitive verb, 1. To lift up, elevate especially, to cause to rise above adjacent areas.
How do you like do that with an issue? To uplift the issue, to lift up the issue, to raise up above. She said to support the issue. Okay, to bring to the surface. Okay, all right, I got, thank you. Yeah, because Google is sending me off too. I can go with that, if CJ and Covette, if that's what y'all saying, to bring it to the surface, to uplift it. Okay, and then he's saying to basically support the issue. So I'm uplifting it by bringing it to the forefront. Okay, cool. See, I don't mind being educated. When I got something that's not right and I don't understand something, that's why I asked the question. I don't get it, but that makes sense. I get it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
When we talk about partisanship, bipartisanship, this should be nonpartisan, not even bipartisan. Because the laws that are going to impede people to vote based on early voting, voting by mail, shortening the hours, eliminating or reducing the number of drop boxes that are available, that's going to hurt every voter.
And y'all heard what I said about that voting thing. That's all bullshit. That's just a way for them to continue to be able to fucking manipulate the fucking votes. Everybody should have a fucking voter ID, just like you got a driver's license, just like you got to have a fucking birth certificate, just like you got to have a fucking social security card. You want people to be ID'd as voters so that you can ID and confirm the person that is voting. That's it. This shit they're trying to do, they're trying to make, where's people who can't get to the poll? If your ass can't get to the poll and ain't got no license to vote, fuck you and your vote. Plain and simple. You can get your ass up and go to the hospital. You can get your ass up and go get your prescription. You can get your ass up to go to the casino. You can get your ass up to go get your groceries. You can get your ass up to go get your Whataburger. You can get your ass up to go get your pint. You can get your ass up to go get your weed. You can get your ass up to go get your mics when they come out. If you can do all of that, get your ass up to go get your voter ID and get your ass up to go vote. Plain and simple. Plain and fucking simple. That's just it. Y'all making this shit too hard. Y'all making this you making a mountain out of a molehill. And niggas, I should be more pissed off about it than anything, because black folks don't know how to use the internet. Bullshit. Take your ass on Instagram and Facebook. Talking about niggas don't know how to use the internet. The fuck out of here. The fuck they don't. Niggas can't stay off the internet. That's a goddamn problem. Nigga, there's too many niggas going live. It's an epidemic. These niggas that keep going live. These nasty bitches taking selfies in bathrooms. That's a problem. Right, take your ass on WorldStar and tell me niggas don't know how to go. Niggas are more professional at going live, and they do it better than most people because they go live in moments when they lives on the line. Bitch getting ran over by a car, I'm going live. Bitch getting shot at, I'm going live. Motherfuckers shooting across the street at a party. What am I gonna do? Get low and duck, call the police, or go live? Nigga, I'm going live. I see a man getting his fucking teeth fucking smashed against the goddamn concrete. What am I gonna do? Stop him? Nope. Call the police? I'm going live. Oh yeah. Like Kool-Aid. Hey, there's a baby over there getting beat. What you gonna do? Go live. Oh yeah. That shit is crazy. That's all niggas know how to do is go live. Hey, you gonna talk about black folks can't use the internet. The fuck they can't? We use the internet in the most dire straight situations. The worst situation. Look, do you realize that some of the most worst times in niggas' lives are caught live? Right, we live right now. Do you realize that? Some of the worst moments in niggas' lives are caught on they live. On Facebook Live when I get shot by ops. I get murdered on live. How many niggas have you seen in just the past 3 years that have died on live? I get my ass whooped on live. I get shot. I go live. I see somebody else getting shot. I go live. You have it to where that's all people do. My boyfriend done caught me cheating. I'm going live. My girlfriend done caught me cheating. She gonna set up the camera, go get a skillet, and start beating not me, but the bitch I'm in bed with, going live. I'm just saying that's what it is. That's what happens. You have so many instances where you can just say, hey, this person here went live because of their grandmama got shot. Well, why would they do that? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I see something tragic happen, I'm going live. But now you talking about niggas can't go on the internet to register to get they voting ID. Man, please. I can't go for that. I just can't. No, sir. I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not going to believe that. You can't make me believe that. You just can't. It's just not happening. So let me go ahead and let's get to this next video real quick. I got a couple more that I want to show you. I don't want to show you the whole thing, but I'm going to just show you bits and pieces of it.
Vice President Kamala Harris on her first foreign trip as such to tackle the border crisis, sparking criticism and controversy already. In fact, just minutes ago, she wrapped up a meeting with the president of Mexico as we get border apprehension numbers not seen in decades. So she's there, and the reality is here. Axios reporting Customs and Border Protection took some 170,000.
Wow. From October 1st to May 31st, almost 900,000. That's almost 1 million people were stopped. So that means we don't know how many got here, how many are here. And y'all ain't concerned about this? All right, niggas. You keep on.
Legal immigrants into custody last month alone. Nearly 900,000 stopped since October. And the vice president? Well, here's her message to them trying to get here.
I want to emphasize that the goal of our work is to help Guatemalans find hope at home. At the same time, I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come.
Do not come.
Does she realize that her boss's new policies day one were basically an invitation to come? Maybe they should talk. The vice president also fired back at critics who went after her for not visiting the actual border.
The reason I am here in Guatemala as my first trip as Vice President of the United States is because this is one of our highest priorities, and I came here to be here on the ground to speak with the leader of this nation around what we can do in a way that is significant, and I will continue to be focused on that kind of work as opposed to grand gestures.
Still, she continues.
Why would it be such a grand gesture to go and see what's happening in your own backyard, on your own front lawn? Why would that be a grand gesture to go and see what's happening on your front lawn? So I got all this shit going on my front lawn. I'm just gonna sneak out the back door and hop in my car and drive around and go a few miles over somewhere else. Fuck what's going on. All this shit going on in my front lawn. Fuck all that. I'm just gonna get in my car, sneak out through the back, and I'm gonna drive and go on over to the other side of town.
To get pressed about when she will actually go to the actual border, 76 days into the period where the president has put her in charge of the crisis there.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, you know, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting.
Boy, you be weary of a motherfucker that say some slick this shit to you and then laugh it off. That's really a lack of respect.
Counting the importance of the border.
Charlie, why do I feel sad when she says that she doesn't understand the difference between the borders in Europe and the border that separates the United States from the next nation?
What a bizarre answer. I don't think she was appointed to be in charge of any sort of very pressing immigration crisis in Europe. I could be wrong.
Of course not.
I don't quite understand the deflection. That is not her strong suit when she's put on defense on those questions.
Giggling?
And it's very simple. Yeah, when you're a leader and you're put in charge of something, you can assume you could delegate you could delegate choices, but you cannot delegate responsibility. And this is a very important thing. She has to take responsibility for this, and that requires visiting and listening. And you want to know why all of a sudden Republicans won this weekend a mayor race in McAllen, Texas, an 85% Hispanic town, by the way, in Hidalgo County, because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have created this crisis by repealing Donald Trump's effective immigration policies and working with the Central American countries. And now Hispanic voters that were traditionally Democrat on the border, they're saying, you know what, you're not even visiting. You are acting as if this is not a problem. We don't want to deal with that anymore. And that.
You see what I mean? When I meant earlier when I said that there are a lot of Hispanics that are on the Republican conservative side of things, then you think. What you just see out in the media all the time is not necessarily so. He just said that in a town here in Texas that they just won a Republican. They got a Republican mayor, and it's a predominantly Hispanic community. I'm telling you, it's more than what you think.
That's the untold story this last weekend, and it's manifesting in a very, very serious political trend where Democrats are all of a sudden seeing massive movement in the Hispanic community. And so I was just taken back by that answer. All she has to do, at least pretend you're in charge. Don't poke us in the eye and say that I don't care. It's the same thing as Europe, and it's not my problem.
Kennedy.
Yep.
Yeah, she was not appointed the Tsarina of Europe. She's the Tsarina of the border. And she has to go to the border because that is a very critical element of the crisis that this country is facing and that Mexico is facing.
And my thing is this is not an attack on her. This is just common sense. This is common sense. That's all this is. This is not a thing to where it's like, oh, we just find it any reason to attack her. No, you have been put in charge and tasked with solving a problem. Why would you not go to where the problem is? Why would you not go to where the problem is and just say, hey, let me go ahead and let me get my eyes on this and see what's going on? Do you remember all of the different governors that went to the border to see what the fuck was going on? Not just Texas, not just Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott and like 3 or 4 other governors went down to the border to see what was going on here. Like, hey, fuck this. We got to find out what the fuck is happening and how this shit is looking so that we can know how to properly come up with a plan for this shit. They didn't all get together and say, we're going to fly to fucking Guatemala and talk to the president there.
Diplomacy is lackluster. She's an unserious person. On my Fox Business show, I called her a cackling pantsuit, and she just reinforced that image for us there when she couldn't even anticipate one of the simplest questions from Lester Holt.
And I'm going to say this in all fairness. Now, normally, I would be a person who would say, hey, the name calling is not called for. That name calling is some bullshit. And I wouldn't do it because I don't feel the need to. But my thing is this. The fucking Democrats do it so much. The liberals do it so much that I totally understand why they do it. All that turning the other cheek shit, all that we gonna go high when they go low, they consistently do it. So it's not my thing. I can express myself without insulting somebody and calling them out their name, but I totally get why they do it because that's all they do. That's all they do is talk shit and call people out of their names. So I get it and I understand it. Not my thing, but I totally understand why they do it.
Yes, go to the border. Let governors on border states know that you hear them. Let moms with babies who are trying to cross over, let them know you see them. Why don't you go visit some of these kids in cages? Because their policies are what is incentivizing parents from places like El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Mexico to send their children unaccompanied with coyotes who seem to be the only ones who are benefiting from this whole thing. It is a multi-tiered crisis.
And the thing is like this. When this shit is all said and done and this shit is talked about years from now, whatever, it's a thing to where it's going to be, hey, this is the shit that y'all put in motion and this is the shit that y'all continue to let happen. The cages, the overcrowding and shit like that, all of that shit, y'all were the ones that sat there and just did this shit. And that's just what it is. They are the ones that just have perpetuated this whole entire thing. All of that, y'all inviting motherfuckers to come here and all of that shit. This is y'all. This is what you all have done.
A serious person who is incapable of handling a war on several fronts.
It's like a primer, Kaylee, on how best to hurry up and mistreat people and treat them like pawns in your game. Coming from the South, you know that the people are going through a mighty struggle to try to get here. Some of them getting harmed along the way, raped, taken advantage of by drug cartels. I mean, the stories are so numerous. The cartels putting those bans to mark them like animals to show who paid for the journey and who didn't. I mean, it's a living hell. And they are being treated like pawns in a game. Come, don't come. Policies say come. Vice President says don't. I mean, what is this, Kaylee?
Yeah, that's right. And of course, now you've had the El Salvadoran president, the Guatemalan president, and the Mexican president lay the foot of blame for this at the Biden policies, exactly and squarely where it should be.
That's broad daylight.
With regard to Kamala's
so
comments,
imagine the motherfuckers that's coming over at night.
Well done, Lester Holt, for asking the tough question and then following up on it. And just a review for our viewers, she's been asked, when are you going to visit the border a number of times now. Her answers were, not today. That was followed by a cackle. At some point, we'll absolutely go. I'm not going to play political games. I'm not going to engage in a grand gesture. And now, I haven't been to Europe, was the most curious of all, I would say. It seems to me...
I would definitely give her that, Nicole, since you mentioned it. She definitely is well-spoken. She's not up there, So, yeah, I guess. She ain't up there doing that nigga shit. So I definitely appreciate her for just being able to be well-spoken and to be able to articulate herself. She definitely is. Definitely.
Might have a little envy here. She wants to be the commander-in-chief, not the vice president, and follow President Joe Biden over to Europe. And she seems to have more interest in meeting with the Queen than caring for the kids that she once said were humanitarian abuse victims. But now they seem to be laughing matters and pawns in her game, as you noted.
Yeah, you know, well, the president does refer to her on occasion as the president. Maybe she's confused.
True. You
know I'm kidding. Emily.
The fact that she said in her Guatemala City speech that her physical presence there.
And the main reason why I showed this video, because it was pretty much like three women. I do listen to Charlie Kirk a little bit, but the fact this is three women talking about her ass, I liked it. Women holding women accountable. Yes.
denoted the message of what a priority it was and how important that issue was for her, to me shows exactly why her physical presence is so lacking, why that dearth of her visiting the border is so monumental, because it's exactly right. It sends the message where her priorities are, which is not there. And I also want to point out her blanket hypocrisy. Remember in 2017 when she tweeted out, "Say it loud, say it clear, everyone is welcome here, hashtag no ban, no wall." And just in March 2019 when she said, "I disagree with any policy that would turn America's back on people who are fleeing harm. I frankly believe that it is contrary to everything we have symbolically and actually said we stand for." I guess things look a little different when you actually hold the vice presidential position. And final point, Harris, that for me, as an American, I hope that my vice president, the first in line for the commander-in-chief seat, should something happen, would actually be able to take those questions, would be able to take something with empathy, to be able to see a situation, to Kennedy's point, and have the aplomb and the grace and the intellectualism to field something without getting ruffled and defensive and having inappropriate affect. I'm so tired of it, and it worries me when she's actually put in a true hot seat, not just across from Lester Holt, what her actual response will be, because probably it will be sorely lacking.
Or it will come with a cookie.
I like the fact that she called out the shit that she said before back in 2017. Everybody said loud and clear, all y'all welcome here, to now, don't come. Don't come. How you went from that to this, I don't know. But yes, she did it. Yes, she did. Miss Chuck Taylor's and Pearls herself. It is what it is. Right. Let's go. I'm going to go right into this one because this one, I believe, is not that much.
Well, it's day 2 of Kamala Harris's root causes of migration tour in Central America, and things aren't going well. She is in Mexico.
Permission to make an analogy, Katie?
All right, permission.
So let's say Emma comes home and there's bees inside the house because I left the door open.
Okay.
And she says, "Jesse, there's bees in the house. Do something." And I say, "I'll take care of this. I'm going to deal with root causes." And then I leave the house, leave the door wide open, wander to the neighbor's house, and talk to him about his beehive. That's what Kamala Harris is doing. She's wasting time at the neighbor's house talking about a beehive, when all we want her to do is go to the door and close the door.
Wait, did this happen?
That was very vivid.
Is this a real...
That really wasn't a good analogy because the bees are still in your house. And I don't know. I just didn't like it. It's like I got what he was trying to get to, where he was trying to go with it, but I didn't like his analogy. That fucking sucked. But whatever.
Right? So the root causes thing is a cop-out. They're just, is he alive? She's out there
it's not that she doesn't expect hard questions. She doesn't even expect obvious questions. I mean, she just wants to laugh over a glass and fit. And it's like she's got, if she doesn't care.
Or at least just... You know,
this is not a media training issue. Don't blame the communicators. It is her problem, right? If her instincts were not on the day that he said, "I'd like you to go to the border." Remember, she got the border assignment because she laughed when she was asked if they were going to go to the border, and they're like, "Okay, now we're going to put you in charge of the border." 5 days later, her office put out a note like, "Actually, let's be clear. It's not the border. It's like they want to separate the border from Guatemala, and actually the root cause is actually at the border." And the Guatemalan president said that. Yeah. He said, as soon as you said you're going to reunite families and children, the coyotes showed up and said, "Okay, well, who wants to go?" And that's when everybody started headed out.
Yeah.
So if your instinct is not to say, "Thank you for the assignment, sir. I will be leaving on Thursday morning and I will do a fact-finding mission. I'll come back and tell you all about it." That would have solved all of this. Instead, they didn't call it a crisis, and they just didn't go and deal with the issue, which means that now they have a big political problem on their hands.
And
we have a policy problem.
Bees in the house, Dana.
There are lots of bees in the house.
Everyone is buzzing about it.
Speaking of Geraldo, you know, she says that she has been to the border before. That is true. Let's take a listen to the former senator when she went to the border for the first time. Oh, it's a tweet. Okay, so anyway, she said tweets about, say, "Clear, everyone is welcome here, no ban, no wall." And yet yesterday she's in Guatemala saying don't come.
Well,
what has changed?
She's been consistent because that's what the Guatemalan president said that she said, that you're the problem, he said to our vice president. You know, I really deeply admire her.
Now, the reason why I wanted to play Geraldo, because Geraldo is usually more on the liberal side of things. So that's why I wanted to play his comment.
No, I do. She's a historic figure. She's very, very important.
That's not enough, though.
It may not be enough, but my but is that she has a kind of a quirky nature that when pressed, remember in the presidential primaries, how unpleasant she sometimes comes across when she's under pressure. And it cost her the early exit when she was running for president. And I think this trip is a disaster. It is because, you know, why go to Guatemala? You could pick up the phone to the Mexican president and you can say, you know, that trade deal that we have pending, or you know, those factories on the border. You want want those trucks to come across as freely as they do, the big semis. Then you have to do what you did with Donald Trump when there was the surge of immigrants in 2019. You've got to play ball. You've got to use the forces at your command to mitigate this horrible flow that's coming. And she really has blown it. I think she can recover. She can mature in office, but that's not a winning formula.
I have to say that there's not many Democrats who are looking at this going, this is a great 2024 candidate.
Well, I was just going to say that, because wasn't she supposed to be? Yeah. She's supposed to be groomed for this.
Biden was the
Exactly. And I like the fact that Geraldo just came. It's one of the few moments where he just came out and called a thing a thing. It really is. But of course, I mean, Trump's plan for the border and for protecting our border, it was not only a better plan, but it was a plan that actually fucking worked. Building that fucking wall. Dude, do you realize that in other countries, they have walls to protect their borders? This isn't some foreign shit. That has been an age-old thing. You want a fucking border? You want to protect your border? You put up a wall. Look at fucking China. The Great Wall of China. How many Mexicans do you see over there? I'll wait. How many Mexicans do you see trying to get over the Great Wall of China? You don't. Because they put that motherfucker up to say, hey, we gonna keep any and everybody that we don't want the fuck over here to come over here. If you get over this wall, it's a trick to it. It's a fucking trick to it. It makes fucking sense. Everybody has done it. All countries do this. This is not something, especially when you have nothing but land connecting the two. There's no fucking moat. There's no fucking river. It's a wall that you put up to keep other people out. Period. What do you put on your house to keep people out? Walls and doors. So you can control who coming in, who going out. You just can't even show up to other countries. Y'all do know that, right? You just can't walk the fuck up to Germany and say, hey, this is where I'm living. I'm coming over here. I'm here now. They're going to be like, where are your papers? Motherfucker, where are your papers? You can't just go and pick up and just go and live somewhere. Man, it's too fucked up in my house, so I'm moving into yours. The fuck? The hell you ain't? The hell you is? So this shit is like they are literally doing this for their own agenda, their own political gain. They're trying to strengthen their party's base by doing this fuck shit. And nobody wants to call that shit out. That's all it is. That's all that this is. And it's like so plain and simple. It's like, man. And then you got this fucking genius here who is fucking, she's so fucking upset that they ain't doing what she wants them to do, that she just causing motherfucking havoc. Doing anything to stay relevant and then talking shit whenever she can.
Comments by the vice president, who has been down in Central America. She met with some leaders, I think, in Guatemala and Mexico. And she had this message for folks that were considering.
Hey, you know what I've noticed about her? this is the thing about her. This is why she is able to do what it is that she does. This is what happens when you have a person that is in office simply because of their looks. If AOC was a 275-pound white woman with short hair and was not attractive in the least bit, she would not have the political juice that she has right now. She would not be even tolerated the way that she's tolerated now. She is literally being tolerated because of her looks. You have a person who literally has never offered any type of just substance in her conversation. She never makes any type of adequate, real point. She cannot articulate herself, and she does not have the ability to put together an educated and complete thought. All she does is keep this plain Jane MILF look vibe, just like they did with Sarah Palin, and she has that look, and that's why she's tolerated. That's exactly why she is tolerated. And it's a shame that somebody has this type of power just because of that. If she was attractive and smart, hey, what can you do? If she was even attractive and could articulate herself, I'd be like, hey, what can you do? It just is what it is. But she's not. She is not. She is literally just a woman who has a pretty face and can say the dumbest shit and nobody will hold her accountable. She can make up shit. She can lie about shit. She can just come with the most idiotic fucking things possible. I could just have a nightmare or a dream about something and come out and say, this is what we should do as America. And everybody would just sit back and say, just don't say nothing. Don't nobody say nothing. Just let her talk. And that's what they do. Nobody holds her accountable. And then in the minute when a man or somebody checks her ass on the shit that she says, or comes and challenges her on the things she says, oh, it's bullying. Oh, it's toxic male energy. Oh, it's harassment. No, it's not. You are a politician. You run your mouth, somebody's going to say something back to the shit that you're saying, especially if it's birthed in idiocracy.
Making the journey for asylum that I want to play and get your reaction to. Take a listen.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come.
You tweeted some criticism of that, and I guess just to give the sort of defense of it and get your reaction to it, right? I mean, I think the thing that people in the administration would say, or others, is that, look, it really is a very dangerous journey. It can be awful for the people that undertake it, and you want to kind of not create an incentive structure that creates more of traffic in these corridors that can be so dangerous. What's your problem with her phrasing it that way?
Well, I think the issue here, and first of all, I think this is not just about the vice president. This is about the Biden administration's immigration policy writ large is not working. It's wrong and it's inhumane. It's rooted and he inherited it, but frankly, this was also a problem not just inherited by Donald Trump, but inherited by Barack Obama, all the way back to the creation of DHS and ICE under George Bush. But I think one of the issues here in saying that is that Guatemalans and Central American and South American immigrants know that this journey is dangerous. This is not something that is lost on them, and this is not something that I think we need to inform them of. They take that journey knowing that they may die. And the reason they or anybody would take a journey knowing that they may die is the same reason why a person who is stuck in a burning building may elect to jump out a window, because they know that their conditions back home in Guatemala, there are femicides that are happening throughout Central America.
Did she just say femicide? Yes, she did. I didn't even know it. I wonder if that's even a word. Let's see. Hey, Google, define femicide.
According to Merriam-Webster, the gender-based murder of a woman or girl by a man, there have been calls for a national shutdown to protest femicide in South Africa.
And there you have it. Femicide. Wow. Femicide. There it is. Fuck the dudes that's dying over there. It's about the women that's dying over there. I guess.
And there's a great deal of political violence, etc. And people leave because they believe that they have a greater chance.
James, MS-13 ain't no joke. I guarantee you it's more men that's dying at the hands of MS-13 than it is women. I don't believe that there's more women dying over there than it is men. I just don't.
Of being targeted, killed, and murdered if they stay, than the odds of them being killed if they go on that journey. And so they know that this journey is dangerous. What we as a country, what the United States has not done is actually own up to the fact that we have contributed to regime change, destabilization, and interventionist foreign policy that has contributed to these awful conditions throughout Latin America. And the reason that it's a problem, and this is not just US supporting regime change, this is also climate policy that is impacting the global South.
And this also a reason why I played this. All the shit she's talking about would be resolved if we did what, people? Just saying, if we were to do what I said, this kind of stuff would be resolved. I'm just saying.
Disproportionately, even though these farmers and these folks in Central and South America contributed to climate change the least in terms of their carbon emissions, they are experiencing the ravages the most right now. And
we would have control over all of that. We want to get their emissions together, fine. They're part of the U.S. now. We want to go ahead and take care of the femicides that's happening over there. We'll get the police to assign a task force to do it. We need to take this shit over, man.
First. And so U.S. climate policy has contributed to this. U.S. foreign policy, U.S. economic and trade policy has helped contribute to conditions that...
If they help contribute to conditions, what the fuck are you saying? All of this, it's like she just literally just says shit. So all of the shit that we've done as far as foreign policy is contributing to the fucked up shit that's happening in Guatemala, which is causing them to fucking want to run their ass over here. And it's like, why is it that it's so astonishing to me that these people that think that America is responsible for everybody's fucking problems or the solution therein, why is that our fucking responsibility and nobody else's? How come there's no fucking politician in China saying that, yeah, we need to be over there helping them people in Mexico? Mexico City is known for pollution because Mexico has a fucked up infrastructure because it's a poor country. It's a poor country. Or as Trump would say, you could almost, it ain't no shithole, but it's a poor country. So they can't afford to throw windmills and solar panels and shit like that up everywhere. They can't afford to do it. It's like this shit is like the thing that I'm talking about here is that she's trying to make a point, but it's a point that you really don't have to make because of the current state that they're in. They can't do any better when it comes to pollution and emissions. They can't afford it. Look at what China is doing. China got way more motherfucking money than Mexico, and they fucking are terrible at fucking pollution and emissions. They literally don't give a shit. They like, we got this coal over here. We gonna continue to use it. Matter of fact, if you selling coal, we gonna buy it and use it. It's like, why are we responsible for Mexico's pollution problem? It's not our fucking country. We don't run it. Now, until we run it, hey, then you can talk about that, which is why we need to take it over.
That people are fleeing. And we cannot, as a country.
Hell, people are fleeing the fucking Congo. Am I not? People are fleeing. People are fleeing their countries. There are people that flee countries day in and day out. These shithole people are fleeing Haiti. People are fleeing the Dominican. People are fleeing Venezuela. People are fleeing these shithole countries and these countries that don't have the infrastructure like America has because it's a better situation over here. People from the Middle East have been fleeing for fucking decades. People from Vietnam are fleeing to come here. How is that our problem? It's like we buy and we build we buy our own brand new car. Now what? We responsible for picking everybody up and taking everybody everywhere? You don't get your dumb ass out of here. This is the kind of shit that she talks about. And these are the kind of things she tries to make issues and points out of shit that is totally irrelevant. It is something that you cannot avoid. So why would you try to make us responsible for it as Americans? And you got homeless vets, homeless citizens. Do you realize that she talks more about what's going on in other areas of the country, of the world, and she talks more about what's happening in politics than she does as far as providing resources for her own constituents? When was the last time you heard her talking about and standing up for some shit going on with her constituents in her district? I'll wait. When was the last time you see her going live in her own neighborhood with her own people doing shit with them? You don't.
No matter who it is, continue to show up in Latin America and say that this is their fault or that they are to blame, right? Because this seems like almost a precursor to say, in saying that we are going to allege that you are coming to this country illegally when seeking asylum on our border is in fact legal, and use that to predate any violence that we are willing to inflict on immigrants as a deterrent. And this is policy.
And there's the lie. People aren't coming to the border to seek asylum. People are coming over to the border to fucking live. They're not coming to the border, stopping in line and saying, okay, I want to seek asylum with the rest of these 4,000 motherfuckers behind me. No, they're just trying to cross over illegally. They're not coming here and saying, we'd like to apply for, become citizens. We'd like to apply for, we want to fill out the asylum papers. Do you have those out here in this field? I know we're out on the Rio Grande, but do you have the asylum papers here? We'd like to start the paperwork. Please, sir. They're not doing that. They are literally coming the fuck over here and say, I'm going to get over here until they put me up out this motherfucker. I'm going to try to sneak my ass as deep up into this motherfucker as I possibly can.
That happened during the Trump administration, but I want to be clear that this is policy that happened during the Obama administration as well. And the caging of immigrants was very much documented, and it was asserted in many ways, along with many of the other inhumane policies, as a deterrent to say, you know, if we are cruel enough, maybe people will think twice before coming.
That's a fucking lie. They didn't have anywhere to put these motherfuckers, and they wasn't just gonna let them run free. That's what Obama and Joe Biden did. They put these motherfuckers in cages because they like, we're not gonna let these motherfuckers just run the fuck around over here. We have to find a way to keep them locked up, because if we tell them to just sit their ass over here, they're gonna sneak their ass out. But she saw they're trying to say, if we could be mean enough and cruel enough, dude, she is just unbearable as far as, I mean, she's an idiot. She just is, man. She is one of the most uninformed people that I've ever seen in politics. She does no research. She just literally makes up shit that she thinks sounds good and just says it. She don't verify. She don't validate. She don't come with any type of real statistics, or she don't do anything. She don't crunch the numbers. She don't research. She just says shit that she feels.
And this, at its core, is completely inhumane. I don't think that it's something that that United States should ever use as an immigration policy, period. But it's never something.
Isn't she the one that started off saying, these people know that they're going to die? These people know that they could die. And it's like they jumping out of a burning building. They know what's at stake and they're coming anyway because they don't have any other choice from where they're from. So if that's the case, then what are we supposed to do? You don't think that our fucking homeless veterans is inhumane? Our homeless situation in these tent cities, you don't think that that's inhumane? The people that are living under the highways and the viaducts and stuff in our neighborhoods and in our downtown area, you don't think that that's something that is inhumane? The fact that somebody who put their life on the line and lost limbs and suffer from all types of post-traumatic stress syndrome as a vet, you don't think the fact that they don't have resources, that they don't have a place to live, that they don't have a place to sleep, and they don't have mental health resources, you don't think that that's inhumane? The way we treat our own? She's more concerned about those that are not even from here having resources than she is about those that actually live here and that are actually sons and daughters of this nation. She's more concerned about those that aren't than those that are. And nobody's saying anything. Right. You don't think that Skid Row is inhumane? The water in Flint is inhumane? The fucking shootings and fucking killings in Chicago is inhumane? Man, get the fuck out my face on the internet. You are so full of shit. It's ridiculous. But that's pretty much where I wanted to go with this. I just wanted to show that part and just to reinforce my whole take over Mexico point that I made. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to see if anybody actually donated so I can tell them thank you. And then we're going to get you on up out of here. This has been the Late Show. Shout out to Covette. Thank you so much. Hit me up with the $5. That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate you. And if you would like to donate and you're watching the replay, please feel free to do so. The link is in the description. There it is. Go ahead and hit the PayPal. You can hit the Cash App. Either one. Also, make sure that you click the like button as well. I'm going to check the PayPal side of the game, and then we going to skedaddle. This was one of those shows. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Chris said good show. This was one of those shows where I said I really wanted to just do something because I kept seeing this and it just got under my skin a little bit. I said, yeah, I need to go ahead and talk about it. So when it was late tonight, hold on, let me see what I got. I had $25 from Kingdom Minded. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate out there on that road. I see you out there trucking. Please be careful. Thank you so much for your donation and be safe out there. Shout out to Kingdom Minded. But it was just one of those things where I said, yeah, I need to go ahead and just talk about this because it's one of those things to where we have to be abreast of what these people are or are not or what they are not doing because it does matter. And the fact that they do and say the things that they do because they are trying to manipulate or move forward with their agenda for whatever reason, we gotta call it out. We gotta call it out, man. We have to be willing to step up and say, hey, wait a minute, what you just said to me is some bullshit. What you just did wasn't right. You are full of shit. And we expect more than what you're giving us. That's all I'm saying. So I want to say thank you to everybody that donated. I appreciate each and every one of you all. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me tonight, and I so appreciate that. Until next time, peace, and I'm out.
Yeah. I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers. I don't know what you're doing. I want you to get your mouse. I want you to check me out. And I want you to check me out. Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Hit subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship. Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world, blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just want to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go. To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you.